Hello, hello, and welcome to day 2 of the daily Tarotscopes for the month of January. My name is Liz, I am the Femme Genius, and I'm so excited about today's reading. This is being recorded on January 2nd, but I always trust that whenever you see this video or whenever you hear this message is when it's intended for you. I do have 50% off readings still on my website available. So if you want to book a private reading with me, you can go to the link in my bio and find out how to do that. But for now, we're going to pull today's cards. Let's see. I feel like there's a whole bunch that want to come out today. So today feels like it's going to be a pretty deep emotional journey where we're really talking about the feelings of lack in our lives, where we're looking at what does it mean to have enough. We've got the 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, the Hermit, the 5 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and the Moon. And so when I see all of these together, it feels like we're really talking about what works, what are you holding on to, and where does true happiness lie? What does it really look like for you? And this is not just checking off a box or creating a list that says like, I want this much money per month and I want my marriage to look like this. I want this. It's really asking us to say, how do I want to feel in the world, in the absence of other people, other stimuli, and other stories? So we've got this Hermit really wanting to come out with this 10 of Cups, 10 of Emotions, and it's saying that the key to finding out where your cup is overflowing, where abundance, where emotional fulfillment lies in your life is not going to come from this external stuff. It's going to come from within. And so you're being asked today to maybe take a step back, to be a little bit quieter, to be a little more introspective. And whether that's journaling, whether that's meditating, walking, just asking yourself the question, collaging. I love the idea of letting these questions kind of come through us, either, writing as in journaling or painting or movement, dancing, like asking yourself this question, what does real emotional fulfillment look and feel like for me? And again, the key here is in the absence of other people's opinions, other people's stories, the things I've been taught, like really where does happiness, or, it doesn't have to be happiness, but fulfillment lie for me? And start seeing what comes out of this type of exploration. I'm like, what's the word? Exploration, experimentation, questioning. Because it feels like all of these, well, especially these 3, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and 4 of Pentacles, it feels like there's been this story of lack for a long time. Oh, I'm not as far along as I should be. I don't know it as much as I should. There's a lot of shoulding going on here and holding on to other people's stuff that doesn't actually make sense for you. So I'm noticing that there's an absence of swords in this reading, and there's an absence of fire. So this isn't about like taking action on your dreams. This is about foundational introspection, going back to what do I believe at my core? What do I believe at my root? What is really true for me? And where is other people's stuff keeping me clogged from actually flowing with life? Because we're talking about other people's emotional stories. This could be trauma. This could be generational stuff. This could also just be patterns, the way that you've lived your life, on autopilot. And sometimes, it's helpful to turn autopilot on because you don't need to be noticing where you're driving. You don't need to be noticing, where you're headed to, or you don't need to be noticing like what's going on in the grocery store around you. Like sometimes autopilot is fine, but this is one of those times that's saying it's time to check in on what the programming is in the autopilot, where it's been informing your decisions, where it's been coloring your value system, and starting to dismantle it, because it feels like it's actually a lot simpler for you personally than what you've been taught. This is going to lead to some new balance, 6 of Pentacles, and a new phase, a new emotional phase of what is possible for you. And I can't think of a better way to step into a month, a year, a season, a phase, than to say, you know what? I feel steady. I feel stable. I feel guided. I feel heard. I feel safe. Did I say safe already? All right. I feel double time safe. So this is a beautiful reading for today, but it also asks that we get quiet. And that's usually the hardest thing for us. Chaos is fast. It's easy to get swept up in. It's the introspection and the asking questions about our true nature and what we really want and believe. These are the ones that are pretty tough because nobody else can answer them for you. Nobody else can come in and say, this is right for you. And we love those answers. We love those people because they let us kind of go on autopilot, but this is not where we want to do that. We want to take the reins. We want to say, you know what? Emotional fulfillment looks so different for me. Emotional fulfillment looks like, I don't know, things are popping in my head. So like all of my socks being paired off and put in the drawer. Emotional fulfillment looks like being able to choose quiet days. Emotional fulfillment looks like like it doesn't have to be a number in your bank account. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be just what works for you. So I also want to leave you today. I've been playing with these ideas. I'm also obviously playing today with not being on the camera, but showing you the cards and letting the cards be the focus. So I'd love your feedback on which you prefer, if you like a mix of both. But I also was playing with the idea of channeling an affirmation based on each reading and then maybe channeling a journal prompt. So today, based on this, like the affirmation could be something along the lines of, so this is a starting off point. You don't have to use this affirmation. You can let it inspire your own. But I would say something like, I leave behind the stories that no longer belong to me and I claim abundance. Or something like, I redefine what abundance and emotional fulfillment look like for me. It's okay for, or a third one, it's okay for me to choose my own path. A journal prompt could be, what does emotional fulfillment feel like for me? And maybe write a story about it. Maybe write a fairy tale of what emotional fulfillment can look like. Look at what the metaphors are that come through you. So I'm sending you a lot of love, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye for now.